This is a review of the Kawan X7, 160 gigabyte. Here's the box it comes in. It's a pretty cool box. In there you get USB cables. Everyone must have at least 50 lying around somewhere. Standard headphones, I expect. I haven't opened them, but I can't imagine they'd be really that good. A piece of string. You can hook this into the Kawan and walk around swinging it if you wish. And a nice surprise, a power charger. Perfect. Because most of the time these days you have to buy it separately and they usually charge quite a bit. So thank you, Kawan. And here is the Kawan X7 160 gig. To switch on, there's a button there. I've got this nearly full. I think I've got about 100 gigabyte in there already. Perhaps that slows down the starting, I'm not sure. It probably does. Now, as you can see, the front screen is all in letters. You've got music, videos, radio, recorder, viewer, utilities and settings. I'll come back to some of those later. But I just want to show you that instead of letters, you can have icons if you wish. And to do that, to keep your finger on this and choose icons. Now, if that's what you prefer, that's what you keep. I prefer letters, so I shall go back to those. Now in settings, you've got jet effect. The sound on this is as good as on the S9 and the J3. Kawan do make extremely good sound quality. Now going to jet effect, you've got 4 customizable ones, and if I just go into one of those, I'll show you how much work you can get in just changing the sound. That's pretty good. Right, back to settings. Now in system, you got hold mode, sleep mode, and audio left right, which is to pan the sound from one speaker to another. I really like that, and most people probably need it if they don't live in a square room. That's a good thing to have. Back into settings, Bluetooth. You scan. Once you've found the other Bluetooth equipment, just pair, and I found it really easy to do, no problems at all. Excellent. Go into display, go brightness, language, whatever, auto display off, system font. Now go into music. Now I won't play any because I might break some copyright laws, but you've got 2 buttons here to increase and decrease the volume. That's very good. Now the first problem, perhaps the only problem with the Kawan that I've found, is with album covers. It seems to spread out the picture far wider than the range of the Kawan. So you don't get the full album cover. Now you can see if I can shift it, as you can see. So it's not showing the full album cover, which is a drag, and I hope Kawan can fix it. That is, if they notice it. When I've written to them, and maybe they'll try and do something about it. Now when you're playing a track, you can press on open, and that takes you to basically the folder or the album where that song came from. Now you can go to top, and you're at the top of the music library. So you've got artists, albums, songs, years, new music, and playlist as well. Now surprisingly and thankfully, playlists on this Kawan really works really easily, works well. I say this because the J3 was a disaster as far as playlists were concerned. I mean, completely bad, the J3 on playlist. Everything else about the J3 was very good. Videos, now screen resolution is very poor. Especially after the fabulous AMOLED screens on the J3 and the S9. This is a bit of a disappointment, but it's bigger, and you can get to see your videos if you have any, if you're interested. So there you are. That's the Carbon X7. Got great sound, bit chunky, bit large. Got a problem with album covers. Sound is just superb, and I might even get used to the size. It grips well. So bye-bye. The Cubo Echo. Quite a pleasant box. And here's the phone. I'll focus closer to it. Comes with this to protect the back. Also comes with a 3-pin plug and a USB cable. Some very basic instructions. Shows you how to put the micro SD card and the SIM. Now it's got a micro SIM socket and a full-size SIM socket, which is very handy, having the full-size SIM. This is the manual. I can't say it's very useful. Just gives very basic details of camera and how to make a call, if you can see it. Make a call, what else? Music. It's being sold as the best phone to play music, and I have played it. It's pretty loud, pretty clear, so the music is good on that. Now I'll show you the phone. But before I do that, I've written out the specs, the important ones, and I'll just roll it under the screen or the camera so you can have a read. A few things I'd like to point out: that it's got a 3000 milliampere hour, which makes it a larger battery than most phones available. So it should last a long time. Downside is, of course, that makes it quite heavy. They're making a big thing about these holes for the speakers. Apparently, it makes the music sound better. As you can see, they're shaped in a different way. There's a speaker for the phone. It definitely is larger than most speakers and phones. So it probably does sound better. It certainly sounds louder. The 3000 mAh battery. The top is for a micro SIM, and the one below it takes a full-size SIM and a little socket for micro SD card. I'll now switch it on. Takes a while to come on. If I pressed it long enough, that is. If not, it won't. It doesn't look like I pressed it long enough. I'll give it another press. I know it takes a while. Magic. Now the other thing to say is that This was sold as Android 6, but I found out either they've done it later or maybe later production. It's Android 7, so that's good. I've already adjusted the home screen, but basically with 2 gigabytes of memory, it's pretty smooth. I've only got 2 pages, 2 home pages, that is. Now, I don't know how to go further with Android. I mean, either you've used Android or you've just got to learn it yourself. I mean, it's not possible to show you everything how Android works. Let's assume you like Android. Heavy phone, but partly that's to do with the battery. Well, there you are. I hope you've found something useful in this review. You can always comment and I'll try and answer if you've got any questions. This is the Cubot P6, 5-inch screen, 3G, Android 4.2. But that's enough of looking at the box. Let's look at the phone. Before I show you the phone, I'll show you the stuff that comes with it in the box. Headphones, USB socket, USB cable, a manual, stretches out. Well, I've had a look at it. Not very useful. I'll move these things away. Also comes with a spare case. Now I'll show you how this comes in useful. Basically, it's the back of the phone, and this is some kind of leatherette kind of stuff. Now to remove the case, the back, so you can see the battery is quite chunky. Hopefully that means it'll last a while. Now the spare one, just use the back as you would normally, and the front acts as a sort of like a cover, which is good if you want to use it. But I'll just remove it. I'll put the battery in. It's got space for 2 SIM cards and micro SD slot. I've got only 8 gigabyte in there. It apparently can take up to 32, but I've found that many devices that only say they can take 32 can actually take 64, and that seems to be true in every case. So I don't know, I haven't tried it with this one. Put the cover back on. Right. To give you an idea of the size of this, I shall compare it to a 7-inch tablet. Now here's a 7-inch tablet, and here's the phone. Not a bad size. Get a good idea. Okay, that's the end of the tablet. Bye-bye, tablet. Now I shall switch it on. It works on Android 4.2. It's dual core with 4 gigabyte internal memory. As I've said, it's a dual SIM. It's got Wi-Fi, which seems to work quite well, quite quickly. It's got 8 megapixel back camera and 5 megapixel front camera. And let's get in and have a look. It's a very responsive screen. I expect that. I haven't got a SIM in there, so I can't show you the 3G facilities, but I'm sure that'll work fine. I've downloaded a few games, Candy Crush, of course. Every lunatic must have it. Just show you this, that it's very responsive and works rather quickly. Just got some pictures over here. I use these pictures actually not very interesting. Some are for Microsoft Windows. Okay. Music. Sadly, I can't play any music because then Google won't let me put this on screen. Camera. Well, you know what, a game I downloaded. Everyone's used Android by now, so there's not a lot to say about that. The phone itself is very sensitive, large. If I could play the music, the sound is okay. It's got Bluetooth, so you can play it through Bluetooth speakers. All in all, very pleased with this, and it's reasonably priced, and if you look around, you find it cheaper than reasonably priced. That's how I managed to buy it. Well, that's enough. I've wasted more than 5 minutes of your time, so goodbye.